Shalom to the hopeful elect. It's your fellow servant Shemaiah. Man, that's beautiful, man. The Lord is totally balanced. The Lord is balanced. Yahweh Shemaiah is balanced. He controls all things, the left hand and the right hand. Before I get into that, let us give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha, Kodah. Double honor to Elders and Apostles, Great Millstone. Okay, peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. 130 so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, West Indians, Haitians, and the rest of the speckled bird. Those who may look like the other heathen nations, but your bloodline go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob through the seed of your father. And you trust and you believe in the names of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. You're doing your best to return back to the Lord by rehearsing the righteous acts. All right? You're not just being a hearer of the word, but you're also being a doer of the word, which goes into into this lesson, you know. Faith that shows. All right, faith that shows. You know, it's like in anything, a lot of people talk it, but they don't walk it. A lot of people talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. All right, now we do what we're doing, and that's pretty much what I want to get into is just pretty much a follow-up on what me and the brother Bayanash was doing our lesson out there in Altamont. You know, just how the fear of the Lord should make you, should give you knowledge that is surpassed the information that we receive here in this carnal world, but by these carnal leaders. All right, the word of Yahweh Shema Shah, his thoughts are way higher than the thoughts of man. You know how he operates. I just seen. Speaking of, before I get into it, I seen this demon from a plantation that I work at. Right, this motherfucking demon. They tried to get me fired. Called in, the corporate called me not too long ago or whatever. But this same demon got somebody else fired probably about 2 weeks prior. And I was told that this demon tried to get me fired around the same time, you know, that the other demon got fired, me and some other guy, right? Not to get too deep into it, but I was just talking too much. Thought I was being cool with certain people, but you know, it ain't that. All right, it ain't that. But anyway, but behind that demon, some sisters came through. She busted a U-turn, came all the way around with a big old smile on her face. Her and her daughter, it looked like. Her and her daughter come through, they pulled up right here. And she say they from Michigan or something like that, or they been around. I forgot the name of her, whoever her father was, she was listening to. Probably someone from One West. She said she haven't known that it was that there's brothers out here doing this in Orlando. You know, I was just telling her, yeah, you know, we down there, you know, by the library every Saturday, 7 o'clock, you know. So Lord willing, you know, they watch and be edified. All right, showing the Lord is balanced. You know, he had a demon drive by, then he had, you know, some aqua come by, you know, and just build up the faith and the courage, because you know our people are still looking for the truth. All right, matter of fact, I'm gonna start off with that. All right, let's start off with that. Our people are still looking for the truth. They want to still be edified. The ministry is still going out. All right, the Lord hasn't closed the doors in the ministry yet. So we gotta do our best to have faith that shows. You know. That's how I was gonna start with. Let me go there. Yeah, our people. Romans chapter 9. Or is it Romans 11? It's rocky. The pillars, like the brother I would like to bring out, that's in Jeremiah 50, the he-goats. The Lord is setting up he-goats, pillars of the world of Israel, right? That's supposed to be showing yourself to be an example, right? Not just saying things that you don't do, but man, actually doing the things, you know. Not just saying you don't celebrate these wicked customs, but you're not taking them on. You're not doing it. You know, people know something different about you. But call her like how about you? That demon that tried to get me fired. That shit, man. She ain't did nothing. You know, she ain't did nothing. I said Romans chapter 11. No, that ain't right. Here come that wind, boy. Here come that wind. Matter of fact, I'm gonna hold this. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start at verse. I'm gonna start at verse 1. Romans chapter 11, verse 1 states, I say then, have the Most High cast away his people? Most High forbid. For I am also an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. Okay? So this is Paul giving his declaration of whether or not the Lord cast the children of Israel out. Do it matter anymore if you're from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? He said, God forbid. So this thing is solely still dedicated for the children of Israel, right? Primarily in these days of time, starting with so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, West Indians, and Haitians, pursuing the prophecy. We the ones that were given, that were cast out of the land and received the curses. All right? That was the indicator. Verse 2 says, the Most High have not cast away his people, which he foreknew. Were ye not what the scribes say Elias or Elijah? How he made intercession to the Most High for Israel, saying, Lord, they have killed thy prophets and dig down thine altars, and I am left alone, and they seek my life. But what saith the answer of him? But what saith the answer of the Most High to him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. Even so, then, at this present time, also there is a remnant according to the election of grace. All right. So there's an elected grace. I mean, there's an elected a number or allotted number of Israelites that's called the elect, right? By grace, right? Faith. No, it's not just by our works, but we got to equate faith into the situation as well. I mean, our grace into the situation as well. You know, grace being the act of Yahweh Shah, or your act of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. Anyone that experience what we're going through right now, they have a distinct understanding and a strong foundation in believing that we're not doing these things on our own account, by our own basis, right? That our acts are not really even our own acts. It's our Holy Spirit fighting off our flesh, fighting off the deeds of our flesh, fighting off the wants of our flesh, fighting off the things that we've been taught here in Babylon the Great. It's the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah that's within all of the individuals. Lord, wouldn't we be a part of that elect number? That's returning back to the Heavenly Father. That's rehearsing the righteous acts to the best of their ability. Start with the knowledge and information that we've been given. Right? Let me go here. Matter of fact, let me finish. Verse 6, it says, and if by grace, then is it no more works? Right. So you gotta have the works as well. Otherwise, grace is no more grace. But if it be of works, then it is no more grace. Otherwise, work is no more work. What then? What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. Because you got one half of Israel saying it's all about faith. It's all about faith. It's all about faith. But faith without works is dead. In 2 Ezra chapter 9, it tells you that they're saved by their faith and their works. Okay. Um, on the other half, you have Israelites that's saying it's about the law. It's about the law, statutes, commandments. It's all about the law. No, you see that this thing that we're going into, this thing that we are a part of, our faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, which equates to a level of fear, right? A level of fear. That faith in Him through His Word is cleaning us up, is cleaning us out, and being able to take on to actually do the acts, right? To actually do the acts that the Lord commanded of us from the beginning. All right. We in the times where we knew who we were, in the ancient time we knew who we were, and we were blessed, with our own land, and anyone came up against us, the Lord will smite them and take them out and left and right and things of that nature. But what we did, we got big headed. We thought that we were always going to be. We got spoiled. We got spoiled. Or we got in our own hearts and our own minds and thoughts that nothing is going to nothing's going to defeat us. I mean, but at the same time, we were just taking advantage of the Lord's love. All right, that's what it was. What it boiled down to. Right, in Egypt, coming out of Egypt, our people was making golden calves and shit. A lot of our people have always just been stubborn, stiff-necked, and hard-headed. And to this day, you got so many of our people still in that good catch. Still in that mindset that they can do whatever they want to do, and the Lord's still gonna love them. That's that Christianity bullshit. So through this word, through this truth, what's going on right now, in these days and time, the Lord is checking, is seeing where your heart at, and where your heart at, right? And what kind of faith are you operating in? Are you operating in faith where you can still do wickedness and still think you're gonna be saved? Most High forbid. Most High forbid. All right. Go here. Yeah, I was gonna pull you up. I ain't gotta pull you up right now. Daniel chapter 12, verse 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words, and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. All right, that knowledge is the wickedness of Esau Edom. All right, biometrics, trying to mix man with machine, using algorithms to see where your mind at, where your heart at, to see what you're mostly involved in, what you're mostly dedicated to, right? And in a sense, Esau Edom knows you better than you know yourself. All right, you're not for us that are spending more time seeking the truth, the knowledge, and the wisdom of Yahweh Shem Shai. They already got us on a board, right? On a big old board. These are the people that's against us. Is what they're saying. I was listening to the elder. Damn, Salaki, I forgot the elder's name right now. The elder, he did a lesson, Remnant Say 144. He did a lesson the other day. Yashawamba, I believe. He did a lesson the other day he was just showing the mindset of Esau Edom. They're telling you who they are. They're coming out as a dragon. They about to start implementing all these laws. Matter of fact, let me go there right now. I looked up I made a statement on Google. Come on now. I made a statement on Google. I'm gonna put KJV first. America, the new Europe. America's like the new Europe. You see what's going on? What's been going on in Europe for about 4 or 5 years now, right? Since the Bobet-Pintin. What's been going on over there? The insurrection, the fighting back and forth with the government, with the system. Is that not what you're seeing nowadays? When I woke up this morning, I was watching something on one of these YouTubers. You know, he got his he's a diehard American, you want to call it. You know, I don't know if he's an Edomite or if he's a Northern Kingdom, right? But he goes into all the things that's happening from LA to New York to Oregon, Chicago, and how the police is just doing their job, and how people should get right, how people should get in order. And in a sense, he's right, but he's making it seem as if our people are just cold-hearted criminals out of nowhere. You know, you gotta place a hand on both sides. You know, you gotta point the finger at both sides. Of course, we know that 2/3 of our people are just degenerates. They're unfaithful. They're unbelieving. They're God-provoking individuals that set up that do anything to fulfill their own thoughts, their body, their way, right? Let's go here though. It says matter of fact, I put the KJV before it. AI overview. The phrase KJV America, the new Europe, suggests a connection between the King James Version of the Bible, America, and Europe. Well, no, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm gonna just do this. I'll take the KJV out for this particular lesson. I'll just say America, the new Europe. Now, let me ask a question. Fuck, I ain't gonna ask a question. It ain't giving me what I want, so I'm gonna just go here. China's gonna waste the U.S. to provoke war. World War III. The brother doing a lesson right now. Okay, AI overview. America, the new Europe. The statement "America, the new Europe" represents a reversal of the historical dynamic where America was seen as the new world. The phrase suggests that the U.S. is facing challenges traditionally associated with European nations, such as economic stagnation, right, demographic shifts, and geopolitical isolation, while Europe is experiencing a resurgence. All right, and that's pretty much what I was thinking. How America began to look more like Europe during all the time, the insurance, the insurrection, and everything they got going on. If you're looking at the times, America's in that time now, right? So those that once upon a time have said, who was that? One of these Israelite guys that said something along the lines of America. It was something along the lines of something about the RFID CHIP, about it not being worldwide. The thing is, what the Lord is bringing to the world at this time, it's going to be upon the whole world. Everyone is going to be affected by it, right? The World War III, everyone's going to be affected by it, one way or the other, right? The implementation of the mark of the beast system is going to be implemented worldwide. It's not just an isolated situation, right? It's not just something that's going to happen in one part of the world without the whole world being affected by it. And it's going to be an overnight type thing. Like as far as the shutting down, that might be gradual, but as far as the implementation, that's going to be like an overnight thing. You're gonna wake up one morning and it's gonna be like, either you taking this or you know, you gotta figure a way how to make ends meet. All right. You see people since the system shutting down, or since the government shut down, you got a lot of people getting pushed out of their homes. A lot of people, you know, they're not able to pay their the Section 8. I was seeing they got a lot of people not paying their Section 8, so people out there just struggling and wondering what's their next move, right? Because they haven't shown faith. They haven't had no works to go with their faith. They all about worshiping the Most High with their lips, with their mouth, but their heart is removed far from Him. You know. So I want to focus on some words of wisdom, which I guess I want to call this that. Maybe I'll probably do another whatchamacallit, and probably not another one, but I'll probably just do a what they call it. I'll just do the make a new title thing to it. So that's why I originally wanted to call this. So I got out here, but some told me to go with faith that shows. Let's go ahead to Ecclesiastes chapter 5. And it states, verse 1, set not thy heart upon thy goods, and say not, I have enough for my life. All right? You don't want to get complacent. Here, matter of fact, I'm going to open that up. Complacent. Complacency. Definition defined. Complacency. A feeling of smug or uncritical satisfaction with oneself or one's achievements. You know, self-satisfaction, smugness, self-approval, right? Loving oneself. Where's that at? Let me get that. Corinthians, or 1 Timothy, or 2 Timothy. 2 Timothy chapter 3 is a list of those that find more pleasure in themselves instead of actually seeking the Lord. Shalom. 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1, it says, This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. Right, we're in those perilous times. They say, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, right? You know, and a lot of us we think that what we accumulate in this lifetime, in this world, that what defines us, right? The brother from the camp, the head brother from the camp, did a lesson ago. I didn't really get too much into it as I was on my way up here, but he went into a lesson about covetousness. Covetousness is not about, or covetousness is not what's going to pretty much save you, or it doesn't amount to nothing in this world and in this life, right? The things you accumulate is just the distractions to take you away from spending time with Yahweh Shema Shah if you're not interested in the Lord. And the Lord would give you a test. You know, the Lord will give you a test. You know, He's gonna try your reins. He's gonna try your heart, try your mind, see where you're really at, and throw something in your life to see if you're still gonna focus on Him. See if you're still going to be about doing the work. See if you're still going to be, you know, is your mouth going to add up? Is your actions going to add up to what your mouth say? Right? It says, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boisterous or boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of the Most High, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. Right? For of this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive city women laden with sins, led away with divers lusts, ever learning and never able to come into the knowledge of the truth. right? So you might have people that they put on the garments, they speak the words, they sound like they know what they're talking about, but they're still getting carried away with every wind of doctrine, right? They're still getting carried away with every wind of doctrine. When it comes to the Sabbath, what is the Sabbath? How do you determine what's the Sabbath? Biblically, how do we know when the Sabbath occurs? Every month has a different Sabbath, all right? The month the beginning of the month is determined by the viewing of the new moon. Faith that shows. All right. The Lord had said, let me get it. Let me get it. Yeah.
Mexicano 100%.
Mexicano, right here, Baba. Right here, Baba. Here's a car.
Intergalactic world preacher, communicator, he's a connector, multiplier, Mother Africa, Ethiopia.
You heard about the Israelites?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I stay read up on it.
Word. So you believe in the Bible?
Yeah.
Word.
Stay educated, brother.
Wow.
Roberto.
Shamaya.
Yeah. You don't know how much of a blessing you have been to me today.
Oh man, likewise, brother. Just you coming around and telling us.
No.
Yeah. That's an edification for our people, bro. Because a lot of people don't even know who they are.
They don't know the history.
Right, they don't know the history, y'all. And the Lord put His Spirit on a lot of the brothers right now in these last days of time. As you see, things are coming to an end. The Lord is on His way back. The Lord is causing America. Americans to fight against each other. The Egyptians against the Egyptians. It's going to be a lot of insurrection. There's going to be a lot of judgment going on. And it's all coming by the hand of the Lord. So our people need to repent and get back to the Lord and give back to Him. It's not everybody's not going to be a teacher or a preacher or out on the highways and hedges. But we all
has a different calling.
Yeah.
But we all work together for the
body.
Lord.
Yeah, the body of the Lord. Right.
Like the body. Not everyone's a finger, not everyone's a foot.
Right.
But it all comes together.
Right.
For the purpose.
Right. For the purpose of the marriage. The marriage supper. So when the Lord come, that the elect are called up, and this is what this is all about. The Lord is sending His elect right now before the destruction that's on its way to America. And all around the world. The Lord's going to destroy this place with nuclear fire. That's written up in Jeremiah 49 and Jeremiah 50, and in Revelation. How the Lord gonna come back in His chariots. He gonna come back in His chariots like it's written in Acts chapter 1 verse 11. How he left in the cloud, which in the scriptures is described as a chariot of the Lord. He left in the cloud. He gonna come back the same way, but He's gonna come back with vengeance in His heart. All the wickedness that's been going on in the earth, all the wickedness that's been going on to the people of the Lord, by the other heathen nations, the Lord's coming back to exact that judgment and about to rescue His elect. So we're out here to tell our people, you are the elect, you got to put on as the elect, and don't let this world consume you, with following the ways of this sinful world, pretty much. But yeah. Let me try to get back to it.
Look, homie, you've been a blessing to me. I hope you have an awesome ass Wednesday and take it easy on yourself, right?
Lord willing.
Representing.
Likewise, appreciate you out, man.
Respect, homeboy.
Respect, Virgin. You have a good day.
You got a Mexican nephew out here.
Respect, man. I can't wait to see you around there, bro.
Yeah. You got a Mexican nephew out here.
Lord willing, out, man. You be safe out there, all right?
I try, puppy. I try.
Come on. Here we go. In Jeremiah chapter 31. And it states, thus says the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinance of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar, the Lord of hosts is his name. All right, and this goes into how the Lord said, you know, if Esau, Edom, if the wicked workers of the world can measure the skies and measure going to the sea and measure the sea, then the Lord will cast his people off. Mayaka Allah 144K Shalom. Yahweh Shemel Shah Bashim Kagadas Rakatah Shalom. Okay? Yeah. Issachar right. Oh shit. He say, yeah, it's talking about how see, going back to Romans, right, chapter 11, when we started off, how the Lord has not cast his people off, right? Our people might not know who they are, but even he just showed me, he just gave me a pamphlet and everything. A lot of our people are waking up, but some are not really, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. In due time, all of our people are going to be saved. All our people are going to be righteous, right? Right? But for right now, the Lord's eyes is really focused on his elect, right? Let me go here. Okay, it says, again, I'm going to read Jeremiah 31 and 35. Thus says the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinance of the moon and of the stars, for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. And the Lord of hosts is his name, Yahweh of armies, Yahweh Shemel Shah of armies. Ecclesiastes 43. And I'm going to start at verse 5. It says, great is the Lord that made it, and his commandment runneth hastily. He made the moon also to serve in her season, for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. For the moon is the sign of feast, a light that decreaseth in her perfection. The month is called by her after her name, increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven. All right, and that's going into the beginning of the month, being declared by the new moon, which is when the light decreaseth in her perfection. That's when she's at the lowest, right before she starts to brighten back up. That's the beginning of the month for us as Israelites. All right, we're going according to the will of Yahweh Shemel Shah, showing faith that shows, right? Not just by word. You can hear somebody say, "Oh well, it's been all this time we've been celebrating from the 7th day." You know, they use the 7-day theory on some Tupac shit. They use the 7-day theory. You know, every 7 days, or if you count on what's that, the Gregorian calendar, you got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Saturday is the 7th month, right? But they go on the 7th day of the month, and they'll go from Friday night to Saturday night, and that's all they push for one, because I guess it's easier to remember. You know, it's easier to remember, but you know, your faith is going to show based on the words that you hear of Yahweh Shemel Shah. We just read 2 precepts going into how the Lord uses the moon, the sun, these things as a form of a way to keep ordinance, to keep order, all right, in the earth, right, according to signs and wonders. What else? It was a situation with King David. Well, no, matter of fact, I'm gonna get another one. That Isaiah says 66. Yeah, a shadow of things to come. Yep. Isaiah chapter 66. And I'm start at verse 4. It says, "For as the new heavens and the new earth are a sign of things to come. As for the new heavens and the new earth, which I will make, shall remain before me, saith the Lord." Like the Lord said, you know, the earth is going to abide forever. So it's not like the prediction that these Edomites give you about a big ass rock, an asteroid coming out the sky and crashing against the whole world and making it blow up, or the world, the earth, and you know the whole hemisphere of the earth just exploding out of nowhere. That's not what the end of the world is. The end of the world is the end of the chaos, cosmos, the order of the orderly arrangement of things. The orderly arrangement of Esau Edom is going to be destroyed. His patterns, his ways of thinking, his spiritual the spiritual deception that he's put on the world. This man himself is no longer going to exist in the earth after 1,000 years. After 1,000 years, however the man get cast out of the earth, he's gonna be cast out of the earth forever, right? He was just used as a whipping stick and to show the whole world how not to be, right? The other heathen nations after the 1,000 years and they get sent back to their homelands, you know, and they're gonna have understanding. All right, this it's better doing it the way the Lord want to do it here on the earth. Now the spirit of Esau, hey, you never know. The spirit of Esau, or he probably wouldn't even be called Esau no more. But that spirit, the spirit of Cain, the spirit of Esau, right? That evil spirit might be put somewhere else in another galaxy, and that's where we have to go to fight and destroy these damn, you know, that damn spirit, you know, trying to control shit. But as far as the earth, it's gonna be heaven on earth, you know, being ran by Yahweh Shah. It's gonna be heaven on earth for the children of Israel. We're never gonna die, right? Again, it say, verse 22, Isaiah 66 and 22. "For as the new heavens and the new earth, which I will make, shall remain before." That new just means renewed, right? A new heaven and new earth wherein righteousness dwelleth. That's what this is talking about. It says, shall remain before me, saith the Lord. So shall your seed and your name remain, the Israelites. It say, "And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, all flesh come to worship before me, saith the Lord." All right. So from one new moon, we know when's the new moon? When the moon is when it decreases in its perfection. As we just read in Ecclesiastes 34. When it decreases in its perfection, when it get dark, and then right before it gets back to the light, that's the new moon. That's the beginning of our new month. You know, and the Lord put these things on us for us to actually see through His Word what faith is. To have faith in His Word. All right. That's just one aspect of it. The Lord showing us that His Word is true, and then to break down to give us the teachers, you know, according to His own heart. So we have the breakdown, so we have the understanding of the Scriptures, not just by words. You can actually see what the Lord is saying. Precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little. Back to Ecclesiastes chapter 5 and verse 1, it says, "Set not thy heart upon thy goods, and say not, I have enough for my life." And that goes to, we go to Matthew chapter 6 for that. Matthew chapter 6, it says, "For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also." All right? Because we know that the things that's in this world, in this lifetime, this stuff, the fashion of this world has to pass away. The diamonds, the gold, the gold chains and all this shit that people wearing. All these damn rappers with all this gold and shit on their wrist and all that shit gonna be melted down, and it's gonna be used for us to walk on. Shit, all shit gonna be melted down and used for us to walk on. Yeah, we might have some, here and there, whatever. But as a people, we gonna shine. Period. What's gonna be our shining light and our grace? The knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. Just to move like gods in the earth, lowercase g's. To move like Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah in the earth. Right? Let's go to 2nd Esdras, right? Because it say, chapter 16, verse 40. O my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. So whatever you accumulate in this lifetime, all the things you accumulate, cars, degrees, all this shit's not gonna mean nothing in the very near future. All those things that you accumulated, that you were told that these are the things that's gonna make you a better person, a better father, a better wife, a better giver to the community. It's all just a way of blocking you from actually reaching your full potential of getting to know Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. And in your spare time, you should be reading the knowledge and understanding of the knowledge and the wisdom of the Lord to see what he thinks, how he considers situations. As it's written, he says, my thoughts are higher than yours. Who can know it? Let's say again, oh my people, hear my word, hear the words of the Lord. That's the defining factor between those that really want to worship Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah and those that just talking, right? Those that they don't really want to show their faith. They don't want to show their faith. I say, make you ready to thy battle, right? Because every day we fighting against the flesh. That's just one form of it. At the end of the day, that's the main thing that we fighting against: our flesh, our likes, our dislikes, what the flesh tells us to do, according to what the Lord tells us to do. And our flesh, and for the things that we've been taught growing up, everything that we've been taught growing up has actually been reverse the will of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. It's always been about serving yourself, putting yourself on a pedestal, right? Which I'm gonna get back to that word. There was another word alongside that word. Give me 1 minute. Complacency. There's another word. We're gonna get that too though. But it say, be ye as pilgrims upon the earth. We're looking as if none of this stuff at the end of the day it doesn't really exist, or it doesn't hold any weight in glory compared to the glory that the Lord is going to give his elect. None of the stuff that hold any weight in glory compared to the love that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah is going to show you for what you go through. All right. It says, he that selleth, let him be as though he flipped away. So if you selling something, it's like you just left it there. You're not even trying to get no money off of it. These people that was believing in that what they call it, the rapture doctrine on what's that? When was that? September the 23rd to the 24th. They were selling their shit. They selling their cars, selling houses and shit. The Lord said, he that selleth, let him be as though as he that fleeth, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. He that occupieth merchandise as he that hath no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein. He that soweth as if he shall not reap, so also he that planteth the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes. They that marry as they that shall get no children, and they that marry not as the widowers. And therefore they that labor in vain. For strangers shall reap their fruits, and spoil their goods, overthrow their houses, and take their children captive. For in captivity and famine shall they get children. And they that occupy their merchandise with robbery, the more they deck their cities, their houses, their possessions, and their own persons, the more will I be angry with them for their sin, saith the Lord. So And that's what's going to happen. That's pretty much what's happening right now. A lot of insurrection. People are going to start trying to. People are going to be so greedy. That covetous spirit, as the brother Nahalia is going into. I got to see it though. I got to finish watching it. Right? That covetous spirit. People are going to be that gimme, grab, mine. That's going to get you killed. That's going to get you destroyed. Slack you, family. The ice already melted. That lack of faith. Slack you. That lack of faith will gonna have you thirsty out here. Thirsty to commit sin. Again, the Lord said, and they that occupy their merchandise with robbery, the more they deck their cities, their houses, their possessions, and their own persons, the more will I be angry with them for their sin, said the Lord. So, you want to be humble. You want to be contrite with whatever the Lord gives you. You want to know that the Lord is working with you. The Lord's going to have to purge a lot of the thoughts, the process, the things that we think, the things that we put before Him. The Lord's going to have to purge a lot of those feelings and those emotions and those actions out of us. If we are the elect, to even change our bodies. That's going to start the changing right then and there. That's the being born over again. Starting with your mind, your heart. All right, let me go back to Ecclesiastes. Matter of fact, let me get Proverbs 3. Proverbs 3, starting at verse 1, it states, my son, forget not thy law, but let thine heart keep my commandments. For length of days and long life and peace shall they add to thee. Let not mercy and truth forsake thee. Bind them about thy neck. Write them upon the table of thine heart. The Lord's going to give us everything that we need. The Lord's going to take care of us when we don't even know He's taking care of us. There are going to be things happening behind the scenes the Lord's going to use as a form to show you faith. Because you're not going to go outside the realm of doing what the Lord tell you to do. Be patient, be humble, don't hasten the time of trouble. Don't make haste in the time of trouble. Don't rush to get into or to solve your own problems. Sit your ass back. Chill out. Have faith. If you got an issue, you got a problem with faith, sit your ass down and pray. Or just thank the Lord for even giving you the things you got. And see what He do. Verse 4, so shalt thou find favor and good understanding in the sight of the Most High and man. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct thy paths. Be not wise in thine own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil. All right? That's what you got to do, depart from evil. You know some of the sins. You know about adultery. You know about robbing and stealing. You know about killing or murdering. Man, keep your hand away from these type of things. Until the Lord give us that perfect knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Meaning until He put us into the second covenant. In the second covenant, upon the other nations, it's going to be a lot. The Lord's going to show a difference between who His people is and the other heathen nations. The Lord is going to use His elect, right? Upon the Lord's arrival, all things that's done in the dark is going to be brought to light. Who we are, who our enemies are, all those things are going to be brought to light. That way we won't go off. You won't go off right now thinking if you harm a so-called white man or whatever, any of these other nations, not knowing they're a child of Israel, right? You thinking you're doing the right thing, but you're going off. You're not judging righteous judgment, right? You're not judging righteous judgment. So you're supposed to be patient Be humble and wait on the Lord. The Lord, this is all the Lord's doing. And nobody knows better than him. When he come back, then that's when we'll be more clear that the darkness is not going to be as dark as it is right now. The things that we're going through, how we see life right now, nah, when the Lord change our minds and our hearts, we're going to be perfect. We're going to know what's what. We're going to see things for what they are and not for what we've been told by this world. Again, verse 5, Proverbs 3 and 5, trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Be not wise in thine own eyes, all right? Fear the Lord and depart from evil. Let's go back to Ecclesiastes chapter 5. It's the second one, verse 2. It says, follow not thine own mind and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart. Right. What did the Lord say? Oppression makes a wise man mad, and a gift destroys the heart. All right. Oppression makes a wise man mad, and a gift destroys the heart. But we're not supposed to let our anger get the best of us. You know, we're supposed to have temperance. Temperance meaning, you know, how to control your temper. Not just your temper, but temperance and disciplining yourself on the things that you take, the things you take into your body, you know, the things you listen to, the things you do. You know, you want to have temperance. You want to have you want to be balanced in these things, and that's one of the most beautiful gifts that the Lord has given us as far as knowing Him, is that He's balanced. You know, we use the world but not abusing it, right? We don't have to go out and participate in doing everything the world do, as much as the world does it, right? And we should be getting more and more to the attitude, like as far as like grocery shopping and shit like that. Go grocery shopping probably once a week for that whole week, and discipline yourself enough to make sure y'all stay eating what y'all need for that week. I mean, everybody's situation is different, but I'm just saying this is like one example. All right, to discipline ourselves. You know, our people go and they buy groceries for the whole month, and they don't even last the whole month. All that shit gone in 2 weeks. No discipline. Okay, back to Ecclesiastes chapter 5. Verse 5? It say, again, follow not thine own mind and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart. I'm going to go to Ecclesiastes. Matter of fact, I'm going to go here to Isaiah 55, where it states, ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that have no money, come ye, buy and eat. Come, buy wine and milk without money and without price. Wherefore do ye send money for that which is not bread, and your labor for that which satisfieth not? Hearken diligently unto me, and eat ye that which is good, and let your soul delight itself in fatness. Incline your ear and come unto me, hear, and your soul shall hear, and your soul shall live. And I will make an everlasting covenant with you, even the sure mercies of David. That's what we're looking for, the grace of Yahweh Shem Shai. But what is he telling us to do? To hear his word, to hearken to his word. Spend more time listening to him, man. I always say this, man, you got 24 hours in a day. Let's say you use half of that sleeping and eating. What you doing with the other 12 hours? What are you doing with the other 12 hours? Hold on, you know, let me take it away. Let's say you get 8 hours of sleep. I mean, 8 hours of work, 8 hours of sleep. What are you doing with the other 8 hours? The other 8 hours are 24 hours. 8 times 3 is 24. So what are you doing within those 8 hours that you can't spend no time with learning about Yahweh Shem Shai, putting a video on, pulling a pen out, taking notes? And if you're a man that's picked up the plow, if you picked up the plow, you probably doing the work, man. You probably doing the work. If you pick up the plow, man, why you want to go back? Now, let me get a precept on that. Well, you got to count the cost. Many are called, but few are chosen. Luke 9:62. And Yahushua said to him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of the Most High. You know, you're gonna be stuck here in this shit. You know, you had to come back to a woman. You're not fit for the kingdom of the Most High. You put your hand on the plow. This is a duty that we're supposed to take care of even until death. Even until death. Let's go there. Cause why? Because the Lord always had benefits for those that have faith for him. The elder, I believe, I ain't gonna say exactly where, but it was the elder. All right. Anyway, the elder in Mississippi, and another elder was going into it. Bold cold last night. They were going to how the death, the death of the elect. That ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. Remember the 5 sons. The 5 sons. And these they were killing us off for fucking not eating pork, man. Imagine not taking the MOTB or talking against it and shit like that. Right? But the brothers, the 7 brothers, they were like, hey man, whatever. Do what you do. After seeing their brother before them get all type of fucked up. Do what you do. One of the brothers even said, you can do what you want to do to me right now, but like Yahushua said, you do what you want to do to me right now, but I'm coming back. You're not coming back. And what he meant is that the emperor, of course, they might be back today, but after 1,000 years, like I was saying earlier, man, who the fuck know where the spirit of Esau gonna be at? Because they ain't gonna be here on the earth. The spirit of Esau is no longer gonna be dwelling in the earth. That wicked bastard, that spirit is not gonna be on the earth no more. That wherever the fuck it go, where it go. Where was I gonna be killed? Damn it, man. Let me go here. Let me go to Hebrews chapter 10, verse 37. It says, for yet a little while, and he that shall come will come and will not tarry. Now the just shall live by faith. Okay? That's how we're going to get out of this thing, man. By faith, and our works are going to show our faith. And say, but if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in them. All right, going back to to you doing the work. You once believing in the names of Yahweh Shem Shai, now you calling him, or you saying it don't matter, or you're going back to Jesus. It's better that you have not even known the truth than for you to taste of this truth and then go back into your vomit. All right, but all these discrepancies is just a more foundation and a solidifying fact for those that are doing their best to keep the word of Yahweh Shem Shai, that he keep us from the hour of temptation. This is a thing where our mindset are set on the worst things that can happen, but our mindset also set up on the things of the faith that the Lord was saying that he's going to give us elect. Let's get it. Here in verse 39 it says, but we are not of them who draw back into perdition, but of them that believe to the saving of the soul. All right? So we're not the ones that are going to draw back. Well, what do we have back there? What do we have in this world? That we can't count to be something worth forsaking, right? Which means we're not going to put too much stock in it. If it's ours and we're going to take care of it, we're going to keep it up to the best of our ability. We're not going to just use things, just all out, be not concerned about things. Of course we're going to be concerned about our loved ones, We want to be concerned about the things the Lord, the Lord give us, to get to do the ministry. Phones, cameras, cars, our crib, our houses, our loved ones, our family. We want to try to do our best to take care of those things as well. But first and foremost, is Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. There's two doing the work, feeding the sheep. But we are not of them who draw back into perdition, but of them that believe to the saving of the soul. I got another one in Colossians. Colossians, it says, Colossians chapter 3, verse 12, it says, put on therefore as the elect of the Most High, holy and beloved bowels of mercies, kindness, and not kind like nice, like foolish, you just doing whatever. No, kindness like, all right, any of these people might be Israelites or whatever, but like that. So we ain't, mercy, man. We ain't about to go slap motherfuckers up and set people up to get killed or harmed. None of that shit, man. Y'all can have it. Y'all got it. Humbleness of mind, meekness, long suffering, like Yahweh is. Y'all been long suffering. If Yahweh want to sit back and watch everything go on, watch the evil be evil, the good be good, and all this shit, why can't we? Why can't we? Just sit back and watch it. I believe one of the elders was saying, man, we in a time where you sit back and get your spiritual popcorn and just check out, just see what's going on. Zoom out, like the head brother that our Cabot would say, zoom out and see what's going on. As long as you doing the will of Yahweh from outside, you good. For the most part, we good. We don't have a want, never have a need. That Snoop Dogg. Never have a want, never have a need. They say I'm greedy, but I still want more. But no, we want more knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh Shem Shai. That's that Murder Was the Case song. Yeah, but anyway, it say, I want to go to my next precept and then close out. 1 Peter chapter 1. No, this ain't it. That gotta be it. Peter chapter 1. Yeah, this is it. Call Lang like Abba Shem Shai. It say, matter of fact, I know I'm gonna want one more. I know what it is. Before I get that, let me get this so I don't forget. Yeah, booty. First Peter chapter 1. I'm gonna start at verse 3. No, I'm gonna start at verse 2. It says, elect, according to the foreknowledge of the Most High, the Father, through sanctification of the Spirit, being separated from this world by the Holy Spirit, unto obedience and sprinkling of the blood of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, grace unto you, and peace be multiplied. A peace of mind, bro. From everything that we know from what the prophecy is about to happen, everything's about to pop off and happen. Like what happened in 2020, you seen who had faith, you seen who had grace, you seen who the mercy of Yahweh Shem Shai was working with, because they were stable. They were stable at that time. They weren't just going off, doing whatever, and running to the government. Hey, let's hurry up and get these, let's hurry up and take these jump shots so we can win the game. No, man. No, that ain't what it was about, man. We was like steadfast in Yahweh Shem Shai. The Lord say, and then go back to our beloved elders and apostles of GMS and the Akimon down under them. Tell us, hey man, where's your faith at? Don't trust in the system. Don't trust not in your enemy. Ecclesiastes chapter 12. Trust not your enemy. For as iron rusteth, so roughly paraphrasing, so does this man's wickedness. So does this man's wickedness. Sooner or later, this man about to show you how wicked he is, how evil he is, and that's exactly what he's done. and his wickedness is showing more and more every day. Right? It say, grace, grace unto you, and peace be multiplied. Blessed be the Most High and Father of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, which according to his abundant mercy, have begotten us again. Begotten us again, being born again as the righteous sons of Yahweh Shah through Yahweh Shah. Lord, wouldn't we be a part of that elect number, man? We got something to be happy about. We got something to have hope in. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for. The substance, the food. You can't survive our bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High. We trust and believe in His word. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. We don't got to see it to believe it's there. For if you do see these things, what hope do you have? Roughly paraphrasing, right? Abraham, go read all Hebrews 11. It gives you an account of all of our forefathers, how they had faith and believe in the word of Yahweh Shah without even seeing the things yet. And then we had that same faith. Not all men are going to see death, but for those that do see death, we know the outcome. Those that are martyred. Let's get into it. It say, grace unto you and peace be multiplied. Blessed be the Father, blessed be the Most High and Father of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, which according to his abundant mercy have begotten us again unto a lively hope by the resurrection of Yahushua Mashiach from the dead. We all know and believe, we know for a sure fact that Yahushua was put to death, but he was in that tomb or in that cave for 3 days, and he rose back up. And he went to the other side of the world to let the northern kingdom know about his resurrection. All right. It says, to an inheritance incorruptible and undefiled, that fadeth not away, reserved in heaven for you, who are kept by the power of the Most High through faith unto salvation, ready to be revealed in the last time. Yahweh Shah. And those that are of the hopeful elect are looking to the skies, man, because that's where redemption is going to draw nigh from. It's going to come to us from. When the times is coming nigh, then the destruction of this wicked system. That's who our faith is going to be in. You know, and why are we looking to the skies? Because we're looking to see Yahweh shall return the same way that he left. How he going to return? In a UFO, the same way he left. And it takes faith to know that. It takes faith to believe that. It say, verse 6, wherein ye gladly rejoice, though now for a season, if need be, ye are in heaviness through manifold temptations. Yeah, we're taking on the temptations that that Yahweh shall have to endure. Dealing with we're gonna be dealing with having to go without, being as pilgrims upon the earth. Enemies trying to get at us, but the Lord, like Yahweh Shah, how he had Yahweh Shah slip through the cracks until the moment it was time for him to go and tell Pilate what time it really was. All right, and the other the wicked Israelites. It say here's the point though. It says, verse 7, that the trial of your faith, being much more precious than gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahweh Shah Mashiach, whom having not seen ye love, and whom now ye see him not, yet believing ye rejoice with joy unshakable and full of glory, receiving the end of your faith, even the salvation of your souls, of which salvation the prophets have inquired and searched diligently, who prophesied of the grace that should come unto you. All right. So whether the hell that we have to catch and go through, it's going to be nothing compared to the glory that we're going to receive if we continue to endure and have that faith in Yahweh Shah. I want to get this wisdom of Solomon chapter 3. right? Verse 1, it says, but the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Most High, and no one can pluck us out of it. And there shall no torment touch them, right? Even with Stephen, what he was going through. He was pretty much already in the heavens before they got through stoning him. The same thing with Yahweh Shah, the same thing with the brothers, the disciples that were beheaded. The same thing for us, if it comes down to that. Because the Lord going to lift us up a standard this time. There's no telling how the Lord's going to operate, how that spiritual power is going to come in the earth, man. It say, in the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery, right? And they're going from us to be utter destruction. But they are in peace. Yeah. Those that have to be martyred, they're going to be in peace. They already know what's coming with their sacrifice. And they already have the Lord to put it in their hearts to believe and trust in that. It says, for though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. Yeah. So all it is a putting off this corrupt body, putting off corruption and putting on incorruption, putting off these tabernacles of these bodies of corruption and putting on the bodies of incorruption, right? Putting on the tabernacles of righteousness, putting on the clothing of Yahweh Shem Shah. You know, these bodies are nothing but clothes, man. We have spirits inside of these what brother he call them meat suits. Meat suits. I forget what brother it is. We call them meat suits. These are meat suits. You know, and the Lord will give us a glorious body. You know, one that we could serve him unstoppably without even thinking twice about it. Just like everything we do, acknowledging him. Like what you should be doing right now. Everything you do in righteousness, you should be acknowledging Yahweh Shem Shah. Everything that's given to you, every piece of grace, waking up, going to sleep, getting from one place to another, being able to walk, being able to talk, whatever it is, having something to eat, acknowledging Yahweh Shem Shah, praying over everything that we do. That's going to be in our heart all the time when we get those new bodies. It's like you're like your Father always on your mind because you see what he's done for you, what he's doing for you. Again, verse 5, it says, and having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. For the Most High proved them and found them worthy for himself. As gold in the furnace have he tried them, and received them as a burnt offering. And in the time of their visitation, they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, and their Lord shall reign forever. They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints, and he have care for his elect. All right, but check this out. But the ungodly shall be punished according to their own imaginations, which have neglected the righteousness and forsaken the Lord. So, hey, as long as we're not forsaking Yahweh Shem Shah, we say forsaking everything else. We putting all of our chips on Yahweh Shem Shah. Hey, man, his word is true. And even if it may seem like it's bad to the world, whatever they do to us, if the Lord constantly keep us in that spirit, you know, we okay. Keep us in his spirit. We okay, man. You're going to be all right. Fuck what this devil try to give you. Fuck what this devil try to tell you you gotta do this or else. They were trying to get Ananias, was it Ananias? They were trying to trick one of the servants of the Lord into eating pork. And that was our people trying to deceive him. Hey man, we'll say it's pork, or we'll say it's pork, but it's turkey. But it was still pork. Lying ass bastards, man, that's our people. And you gonna have to watch the people out here too, because they're gonna deceive you. Oh man, this ain't a chip. This ain't a chip. Oh, this ain't the chipping station, man. This is the place we gonna get some food at. The next thing you know, clean, you locked up because you listen to these assholes. Because they don't know what fasting is. Because they don't know what faith is. Anyway, I'm gonna close out on that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get my precept. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For the Most High shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. So refrain from evil. Seek the good. You know? Please to Yahweh Shem Yahshua. You know, to the best of your ability, you know, keep learning what's His will. With that, I'm going to close out, giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Machak Kodash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. May the blessing and blessing be upon your houses and endure. Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Shah, Yahweh, Ba'aratazah, Yahweh Shah, Ratazah, endure. Till next time, Kwam Yasharallah, Wa Abba Babal.